Before trying to balance your Ronin S, you're first going to have to set it up. Attach the tripod to the base of the battery and grip. Take the gimbal and attach it onto your grip. Make sure lever lock is always across. At this point, you want to grab your dovetail plate and attach this to the base of your camera. Make sure you fasten it nice and tight, and then grab your lens support. Place this at the front of your dovetail plate and attach this with the provided screw. The lens support is really good because it keeps the camera as one single unit on the dovetail and saves for any vibrations which you might get just with the weight of the lens not being attached at the front. Before attaching your camera onto the Ronin S, just make sure that all of the axes are all nice and secure and locked off. And then take your camera, clip it in, and then make sure your lever is locked across there. Our first axis that we're going to balance is going to be the tilt axis. So this is basically the axis here which controls this motion. To do this, what you need to do is once the camera's on, is basically have the lens pointing upwards at the ceiling. And then we're going to basically look at this little lock here. Make sure you're holding the gimbal as the rest is not balanced. And when you let go with the camera, if it tilts forwards or backwards, showing it's top or bottom heavy, you're basically going to unscrew this and move this backwards or forwards. Once you find that you can let go of the camera and the lens stays pointing upwards, you know this axis is balanced. From the tilt axis, we need to level the camera. So spin it around and then hold the camera out level. If the camera stays there, great, but if not, don't worry. Undo the lever by the dovetail plate just to release it, and then move that plate forwards or backwards, depending on if it's top or bottom heavy. Once balanced, move that lever back across and lock it off. And what we're basically looking for is to make sure this camera can stay at a 45-degree angle. Once done, we know that's balanced. Next on the list is the roll axis. If we take the camera holding the roll axis and let go, we can see that obviously it's heavy one side or the other. At this point, undo the knob at the back here and then move this plate along. Once in position, lock it off, and then you can hold the camera at that 45-degree angle, holding it nice and steady. To check the pan axis, we're going to take the gimbal and we're going to tilt it sideways. As you can see, it's not totally balanced. To adjust this, basically undo this knob here and move the plate forwards or backwards. Once in the desired position, tighten that knob and then repeat the process again. If the camera stays in position, we know that that's roughly balanced. Once you've completed those steps, power on at the grip and then turn on the Ronin. You now have a balanced gimbal.